Hey everyone, just wanted to share with you a little update from one of our previous episodes, otherwise known as a Mom Brief. So, we did talk about something in one of our, recent episodes about football versus football.
American football soccer.
versus soccer, right? And it was one of the most obscure rules that I could dig up out of the NFL playbook, the fair catch kick rule. And my mom has informed me somebody actually did that this year.
That's right.
Somebody actually did it.
That's right. Okay. And one of the reasons that, Eric, you had this objection to that was that you felt that there's way too many obscure rules in American football versus soccer, which is a pretty straightforward game itself.
Yes.
Less rules, moves faster, so forth, so on.
Correct.
So, but recently, the fair catch after a kick off.
Yeah.
Was executed by Jim Harbaugh's team, the Chargers.
Okay.
And what happened is that they kick off, they take a fair catch, and they're placed on the field, and they decide to take the field goal. It can either be a punted field goal, or they can put it on a tee and kick it.
Right.
And that's what they did, and it earns 3 points. They won that game 34-27. So those 3 points were super important. This, you were right. It's not obscure, but is hardly used. It has only successfully been accomplished 7 times in
like
NFL,
the whole history.
In NFL history.
I think, and that's like in 100-year almost history. Right.
So that is not very much. But Jim Harbaugh, Coach Harbaugh, said, I love that rule. So
I mean, he won with it, right? So of course he does.
I think from my end, what that shows you is that there is an important part of American football that is dependent upon good coaching and strategy.
Oh, absolutely.
Much more so than
definitely.
I think soccer, sorry to tell you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think there is a lot of strategy in the way that the teams play in soccer. There are a lot of different very, very significant styles that exist in soccer. So depending on the coach or the manager, if he gets the right players and puts the right system together and then knows which players to have in and then which players to take out at a certain point in time to substitute another player in, there's a lot of strategy involved in that.
Right, but I would argue that American football has that as well.
It does.
They
do have these teams
has
that
the
are
idea
different
that you are taking people and you're putting them in the positions and you're running 46 defense,
That's true.
things like that.
Yep.
You're passing, you're running. Those are all strategies.
Definitely.
But additionally, they have this whole set of rules out there that they have to be mindful of, like the clock and stopping and starting and all that business, that also makes the game a much more intricate game.
More strategic. More strategic strategic.
Yes, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, much more strategery, as we noted before.
Right.
But I also am appreciative of something that you said, which was how all of the games are important in soccer because of your relegations and moving up.
Promotions.
And promotions.
The relegations and promotions.
And so literally,
explain. What do you mean?
Literally, at the end of the American football season, I don't care about these games because if my team's going nowhere, it doesn't matter. Or my team already has a playoff berth.
True.
So these wins and losses, they're only important if you need
for
a
draft position,
pick.
Right? Okay, I think I know where you might be going with this.
Okay, so you take it from there.
So I think that the Bears were playing the Packers recently, like about a week ago, and this is funny because me and my wife are actually at a Christmas party hosted by her father, like my father-in-law, right? There's reasons why it was on January 5th or whatever, whatever day it was. But anyway, so the Bears are playing the Packers, and they're actually winning for like the majority of the game. In fact, I think they were winning for like the entire game, pretty much. Or the Packers had a chance at the end to win the game. They were up, and then the Bears came back and put more points on the board and ended up winning that game. Now, what's the problem with that, Mom?
The Bears need draft picks.
They need draft picks. And what happens when you win games?
You don't get the best draft picks.
Don't get the best draft picks.
Of course, you don't want to be accused of throwing games, though, either.
Well, that's the weird thing I think about American, like a lot of American sports, actually, that don't feature this promotions and relegation system, is that you have these games that are meaningless except for draft position. And I think this is most notable in, like, you see it a lot in basketball, where teams will just literally tank the entire year. And you know that they have players on that team that could probably put together a few more than 12 or 13 wins a season. Maybe that's like a 30-win team, but they want to get that highest possible lottery chance to get that number one draft pick to change their franchise's fortunes, right?
Not that we talked about basketball, anybody.
Yeah. No. But I think it's most relevant in that because that's where you see it the most. I think where you should have seen it was the Bears should have thrown that game to the Packers, right?
You know, and they, of course,
I feel bad saying that as a Bears fan, but it's true. It's true.
Well, but they also put themselves in a position where, you know, they're winning at Lambeau. They haven't done that since, I don't know,
I guess there's some pride.
You know,
there.
It feels like it got prideful at some point.
Yeah, probably.
That they had to win so hard.
Yeah. Maybe the Packers decided, you know what, guys, they're trying really hard. Maybe we just let them have it. We don't need to get an extra win to get into the playoffs. We're fine. We're good.
Right.
Let's just let them have it.
Anyway, that's the conclusion of our little mom brief. We just wanted to update you. Go back and listen to that episode.
Yes.
On
football versus football. American versus European.
Right.
Or world football.
Right. And go back and listen to it and give us
Let us know your thoughts.
Give us your thoughts either on one of the platforms or go to our Facebook page, Mom Please.
Yeah.
And give us an update there of what you thought.
Yeah, leave a comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Okay, thanks.
Cheers, everybody.